my friends, who's about my age, owns a catering business. I asked her not too long ago, well, when are you planning on retiring? She said, well, maybe when I'm 85. And then I think I'll travel for 15 years. Her response didn't surprise me at all. She's healthy, she's energetic, and she's female, and that increases her odds of a longer life. Living into our 90s is becoming more common, especially for women. I'm Paula Marie. Welcome to Boomer Best You. Planning for a long life is something we all need to take seriously, but most of us really aren't prepared for those years ahead. And if we aren't prepared, we're missing out on a great opportunity. Instead, most of us are in denial. And one of the reasons for the fact that many of us struggle is that it's hard to think of our older selves because of ageism. We're constantly being told that aging is something that we should fear rather than embrace. I believe this is especially true for women. All of us, all of our lives are told we're supposed to be young and attractive. Our value as women, that's our looks. And then there's the message that we get from advertisers who are constantly reinforcing this idea that we need to defy and deny age, right? But that's not a healthy message. Most of us are going to spend the majority of our adult lives over 50. Now, what we need is a different message, one that helps us see ourselves, our future selves, in a way that's empowering. And one way we can do this is to identify older guides that can help us see our futures in a new light. One of my guides was a woman named Doris who was 98. Every morning she got up, she got on the internet so she could learn something new. And she continued to exercise and eat right. One time I said, well, Doris, what kind of exercises do you do? So she demonstrated some leg lifts, and then she did some leg squats for me. Wow. And she said one of her best tips for living a good life is to have a positive attitude no matter what. Now, Doris inspired me and helped me feel very positive about aging, and I can see part of my future through her eyes. One of my other guides I never really met, her name was Susan B. Anthony. She fought for a woman's right to vote well into her 80s, and what I learned from her life and I was inspired to think about is that we can make a difference in this world at any age. When trying to identify your own guides, a hummingbird just flew right next to me. When trying to identify your own guides, start by considering what's really important to you, and then it'll be a lot easier for you to identify your own guides. What many younger people don't realize is that aging can give us a great deal of freedom and power. As my business friend told me, when we're older, we no longer have to impress anyone. And we no longer have to conform to traditional gendered roles. We're finally free to be ourselves, and that is our power. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you again next week. Subscribe to my channel, and that way we can stay connected.